Is a studio the tool that nowadays musicians, music producers need? Let's dive in. Let's check out what it can do. All right, so here's their website, and it says your all-in-one AI music studio, and it already tells you what it does: vocal synth, AI instruments, generative kits, voice change, stem splitter, and video composer. So let's quickly talk about this. Vocal synth is basically they trained models after singers, and you can basically play the melodies and type in the lyrics. We will, by the way, go into these individual tools in separate videos. So vocal synth, you can type in the notes just like you see, or play it on the MIDI controller, just like if you were to program whatever in any DAW, and type in the lyrics just like you see over here, and then it will sing it back. And you can also clone your own voice, and you can use that to essentially, the benefit that I'm seeing there is you can muck up melodies, harmonies, and when you're producing an artist, you could actually give that to them and they can practice it instead of listening to piano. When I produced songs in the past, a lot of times I would muck up the melodies, the harmonies, the backgrounds, and send it to the singer, and they would practice it. And this could be an interesting tool to, instead of listening to a piano or any other instrument, they listen to a voice that they can practice to, that's separated out. So I think that could be an interesting use case. Also, if we're running low on time or something like that, we could use this tool to generate, actually it wouldn't be generated, drawn in harmonies using one of their trained models, and we will talk about training later on in the video. Okay, so let's go to AI instrument. Just like the vocal synth, you can play it on the keys, and once you finished, it will render it and it will sound more realistic. At least that's their pitch. And so for their violins, trumpet, saxophone, duduk, and a lot more comes. They even have like an ensemble mode. Vocal synth also has like a choir mode. So it's pretty interesting. I am going to show you what the AI instrument sounds like when you play and when it's rendered it using their AI. And let's go to generative kits. So they have 3 ways of generating, just kind of like the most popular ones like Udio, Suno, things like that. There's the Inspire Me. In this case, they call it Inspire Me, which you put in a text prompt, style, lyrics, and things like that, and it does the generation. And then there is Music Enhance, which is basically whatever you recorded in the DAW, you highlight it, and it creates an enhanced track version with your ideas. So it's kind of like when you upload a track onto Suno or Udio as an audio song, as an audio, and you use that as the basis of the creation of the track. That's kind of like what Music Enhance is, which we will again go over in another video. Layer generation. So layer generation is basically, let's say you're working on a track and you need something in it, like some enhancements, but you don't need the entire thing to be rethought. You put in the song and you highlight certain sections in the song, and then you basically prompt what you want. And that's also context-aware generation. So yeah, these are the 3 ways that you can use AI in there to generate music. There's Inspire Me, there's Music Enhance, and Layer Generator. And then we have Voice Changer. Voice Changer is essentially, let's say you stemmed out your song and then you upload it into a studio and you are curious what your song would sound like with a female voice. You can highlight your voice track and then go to Voice Change, and you can find a singer that you want it to sound like. Click on that and it will generate a track that sounds like that using your voice, your kind of timbre, or your accent, your melodies and everything. So it just changes the singer. It's like copy and paste, same notes, same melody, but a different timbre, if that makes sense. Okay, so A Studio also has stem splitting, where you can upload your song or whatever it generated with the enhance music or inspire me or inspire starter. Then you can export the stems in different settings that they have. And then it has the video composer, so you can upload any visual and generate music, sound effects, layers. You can even upload your own music that you created and enhance that by highlighting a certain area. So it is pretty interesting, and their website is actually really well built, and a lot of interesting stuff is coming. I saw that they're also working with East West, and let me talk about their collaboration. So you can collaborate with them, and the benefit, you're getting a lifetime license, you're getting credits on it, and you're getting royalties. So this link will be in the description. Link in the description. And here is how you can collaborate. This is it. And then here's how you can collaborate as an instrumentalist. So you have to send a demo of your playing, and then they will get back to you. And if they like it, then they will send you an agreement. And you can read about it here. And also you can read about their royalty distribution here. So I'm going to put it up very quick, so you can have a quick look at what this is. A studio into the revenue sharing model, and then how's revenue shared to you. See, so you're actually choosing to collaborate with them, and you are choosing to be part of their model, and you're getting not only compensated, but you're also getting royalties. So and this is as of today, so this is April 15th. I don't know if anything's gonna change or anything. If there's any change, I'll make another video on it. But that's basically how it works. And let's hop on to the next topic here. So let's look at all of their tools. Let's go to A Studio 2.0. AI Sync Voice Generator, All Instrument, Voice Changer, Voice Cloning, Video Composer, and here's the prices, which we will go over later. Video Composer, online tools. So there are online tools also, and you can upload a PDF of your score, and it will turn it into a MusicXML file, which I've tried it, and it does it, yeah. You can stem split here. You don't have to upload it to the app. You can text the samples. This function is also available in Suno. Obviously not through Ace, but Suno added something very similar where you can create your own samples. What duration. So this is Ace Studio's version of creating samples from texts. Duration, BPM, signature, key signature, and then you can upload a reference audio, context, track. So where will it go? What's the context that it would be needed in? And then generate, so 10 credits. So by the way, this is also a credit system for certain tools, and I will talk about it very soon. Video Composer, video understanding, so it looks at the video. It has an AI agent built into it. Audio visual sync, it's royalty free, and it also does sound effects. So it shows you how it works. You drop the video, you highlight, and you start generating. I will definitely try this in a hybrid setting, so ideas should come from me, or it should only be used to generate ideas that you re-record or work from, not write the entire thing using AI to rely on, I think. Let's check out some of these information here. Is my video data used to train the AI? Your video will not be used in any AI training purposes. It will only be used analysis to generate the music and sound effects you require. Okay. Who owns the music and sound effects created with Video Composer? Now that is a very good question. A lot of people will be worried about that. So Ace Studio does not claim any ownership of the generated audio. As a user, you're free to use your generated music and sound effects for both personal and commercial purposes. Okay. Can I edit and mix the audio generated by Video Composer? Yes, by the way, I will put this link in the description. What type of video work best? And then, is Video Composer fully automated? No, Video Composer uses AI automation, but you keep creative control. You choose whether to generate for a whole video or selected region, whether you want music, sound effects, both, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sounds good. Now, I want to kind of do the same thing with AI Singing Generator. They do have an FAQ section here. Can I train my own custom voice, which we talked about? You can. Are the AI voices royalty-free? Yes, all royalty-free voices can be used in personal and commercial projects without paying royalties. A Studio handles artist licensing and compensation internally. Do I need a powerful computer? I mean, it does do a check whether or not it can run things on your computer, which I will show later. What musical styles are suitable? What can a Studio artificial intelligence do best? Generating AI voices. Can I use AI singing voice generator for harmonies, background? Yes, you can easily create harmonies by duplicating your vocal parts and adjusting pitch. Yeah, I mean, that's what I used to do, or I'll write it and I play it, all MIDI. How's vocal synth different from text to speech? Let's see, what else? Okay, I'm gonna go to all instrument and the same thing. Do I need a perfect? Okay. Require. Do I own the music I create with them? You own your composition and finished tracks created with Ace Studio. We do not claim ownership of your musical ideas or arrangement. Are AI instruments royalty free? Yes. Okay. Are they suitable for professional work? Yes, Ace Studio AI instruments are built for producers, composers, and media creators. Can be used in demos, commercial releases, soundtracks, subject to our licensing terms. Can I use Ace Studio AI instruments within my DAW? Yes, and again, we will look at that in another video. It's the Ace Bridge plugin. What instruments are supported? There are strings, saxophones, trumpets, duduk, and more are coming. Okay, how is this different? Which, again, we will talk about it, or I will talk about it. Video Composer, all instruments, okay. So, generative kits. Can I monetize the AI music I create? Yes, all exported vocals. Yes, all exported vocals, stems, and instrument parts created with Ace Studio's royalty-free models can be used in monetized projects, including streaming, YouTube, advertising, game, and client work. Is my recorded data safe when creating AI music? So that is also an important question. Yes, Ace Studio states that your audio, lyrics, recording, and custom models are private and encrypted. They are never shared, sold, or used to train unrelated models. Oh, interesting. Unrelated models. So that's kind of a question there. You control access to your projects and your custom voice. Can I monetize? We already talked about it. How does your Ace Studio integrate? Yeah, it's A Studio. There's an A Studio app. Can I use A Studio offline? Yeah, it needs internet connection. So I will link in the description for all these. And also, if you want to try it, I have a link in the description to get 5% off. And check it out, see what you think. Okay, Video Composer. So let's check out their prices, because also they're also kind of Okay, so now let's check out their prices. Let's see what their model is, and this is as of today. If anything changes, I will do an update. So you can buy it or subscribe. So when you buy, there are two tiers. Both have two tiers: Artist and Artist Pro. $398, and you have 140 plus royalty-free pre-made AI voices. You have 18 plus royalty-free AI instruments. You can clone one vocal synth, and you can clone one vocal change. Okay, so you can basically have one of each. One for vocal synth and one for vocal changer. So if I want to play myself, my own voice, I can have that, and I can, if I want to change something else to my voice, I can have that. Okay. AI vocal generation unlimited, AI instrument generation unlimited, voice cloning retain times unlimited. And then here comes the generative kits. So most of the, so I would say all of the AI music platforms, so I would say all the music AI platforms, all the music, all the AI based platforms are credit based, and so is this. So at least the generative aspect, the Inspire Me, the Ad Layer, the Music Enhance, and other AI based tools are credit based, and it says you have approximately 330 minutes a month, which can be a lot or little, depends on how heavy you use it. And that's gonna be a big difference between Artist Pro and Artist. You have basically twice as much. You can clone more voices, and you can clone more voices for vocal changing purposes. Now let's go to subscribe. This is kind of like a rent to own model, where you pay for 2 years and you have to pay the first year up front, and after the second year you own it. And it's pretty much the same thing, but the price does go down to monthly after the first year. So you have to pay what, about $200 here, and about 260-ish bucks a year here, and then you pay this monthly. So that's pretty much it. And you can get a 7-day refund. You know, it says it right here. Email support at astudio.ai within 7 days after payment to require a full refund. So they offer a money back guarantee within 7 days if you don't like it. So let's check out their app. So Ace Studio. So it's kind of a DAW. You can record it, you can record into it, and I have tried it. There is a tiny bit of latency. It's doable, but again, what I like to do is I like to record everything in Logic and then bring things back. So this is what the environment looks like. So you have the tempo, you have the time signature, you have the back button, you have the play, the record, the metronome. One thing about the metronome, I wish I could change the tone of the metronome and how loud it is, because it can be very loud. You can loop, and you can do auto scroll and nothing here. And whenever you're ready to export, you can click export, and this is your export. You can export the master track, so it's like the 2-track, and you can export selected tracks and all individual tracks. And here's the whole project or loop. You can export without effects. Here's your channel, like mono, stereo, what format, sample rate, bit depth. Okay. And then we have the settings. So like what language, and then standard, scroll, debug, whatever, and then here's your bridge. This is what you can use in other DAWs to connect the two. Here's your audio, your device type, input. So I'm using the PreSonus Quantum 2626. That's your input, output channels. Here's your sample rate, your buffer size, and pre-count. Okay, rendering. This is what I was talking about earlier, the turbo mode, and then updates. That's pretty much it. And here down you have the vocal synth, AI instruments, enhance, add the layer, more tools. So you have the Inspire Me, which is the prompt base. There's the voice changer where you can highlight your voice and change the voice. And then here's the stem splitting and sound effects. And then add layer, again, we do this, we highlight it, but we have to have something here to generate because you need the context. And you have the music enhance, which you also need to have any recorded context to enhance that. And then we have AI instruments. You basically put drag and drop this here. You can add MIDI tracks here, or you can play MIDI, which I will show soon. And then we have the vocal synth where we can play these basically. You drag and drop it. It's like an instrument. You play it single note, and you can also turn it into an ensemble if you want to create crowd vocals and such. Now you have a couple more things up here. There's the track, the master, mixer. There's a tempo, signature, so you can technically change the signature, the time signature, and you can have chord tracks, which means you can add chords and things like that here, and then that will be your basis. And then you have video tracks, so you can drag and drop a video over here and work on creating music using this software into the video. So that's pretty much like what you see here. So that's pretty much the tools that I see in Ace Studio. There's also this creative library of such, but here's the user manual on Ace Bridge, and it tells you exactly how to install it into your DAW and how to use it. So that's pretty much Ace Studio, from all the tools that it can do and what the Ace Studio app actually looks like on your computer. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I will be diving into each one of these tools separately so you can get an idea of what it can be used for, how good it is, can it be part of your workflow. And again, there's a link in the description if you want to try it, 5% discount. I know it's not much, but it's something. And thank you so much. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.